Alright, without further ado, the wisdom of Emily.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You know, so I have this image in my office, and it's a very powerful image because it's a parent and it's a hand that's reaching out to a kid's head. And in the image, it talks about words and how powerful they are. You know, there's some struggles that I'm going through, and I've been watching things unfold. And on my way to work, I was thinking, you know, I had thought of the day, and I kept seeing one of my kids in my family right now. You know, he gave me some words the other day, and he said, everyone told me to be this and that and this. Well, here I am. And when he told me that, it was like, boom, in the heart. You know, I want to talk about generational teachings. My mom did what she did to the best of her ability. I did what I did. You know, I sat with my daughter and I listened to her just yesterday, crying, asking for forgiveness. I did the best I could. I didn't have a mom, but I never left. And at that moment I could just sit there and I cried, but I knew at the moment she was being a parent. And it wasn't for me to ask for forgiveness from her, but just sit there. The things that we teach our kids are so powerful. You know, but like, I was listening to this teaching on the way to work right now. And what I realized is that what I did, at the time I was running on ego, and I was so far removed from God. I was so far removed from anything that I know now. So I did what I did. I was running on the teachings of the world, which are very loud. I've talked to you guys about the voice of the ego. It's very loud. You know, chaos, violence, greed. It's unfortunately what we all attach to because it's so loud. And in my addiction, I've always had God, but I couldn't hear. But I also know today that I hear. And I was listening to this teaching on the way over here, and it said, you know, before Jesus, there was Buddha, and he talks about reaction. Everything has, you know, a yin and yang, right, all that. And it was talking about like, when you have the moment of grace, Emily, all circumstances, all karma burns. I believe last night I had my moment of grace. I reached out to a friend from this beautiful place, Chautauqua, last night, and I said, I need every domination in that community to lift up these names right now. Homeboys and that community over there in Chautauqua, you know, like, they're my church. And last night I realized, like, the last 8 weeks I've been running in chaos and trying to fix and stuff because, like, I tell myself I'm a fixer. But last night I remembered that, like, Emily, sit the fuck down. It's been hard for me to go to God because I've been so worried. And so I realized, like, the step that I used when I first went into recovery was, like, I couldn't believe. Like, I went into the rooms of recovery and, like, I was so removed from God that everyone else believed for me. And so, like, next thing I knew, I believed. So last night, I sat down and I said, shut up. And I made that phone call. And I asked for these names to be lifted, and I gave it to God. I'm human to the best of my ability. I'm a fixer. I want to fix, but it's not mine to fix. I realized that I made some mistakes, as we all do, but I also realized that I need to forgive myself because God has already forgiven me. When I was that person in my addiction, making those mistakes and spreading poison into the minds of my own children, God didn't hate me for that. He knew that I was broken, and He loved me, and He waited for me, and He believed in me, and here I am because of His grace. And so right now, I need to lean on that. Because if God has me, does He not have all of mine? And it's hard, I know. When we're going through things, it's so hard to lean on that. Because of the way of the world, we want to stress and we want to fix and we want to get in the story of it. So just remember, the words that you speak into your children, you will see them manifest. And when your children, I know, we've been gone, we've been in prison and stuff, and it's hard. They throw it at us, right? Who are you to tell me now? Where you been all my life? You taught me this. I remember telling my mom that. I am what you made me. And those same words got thrown at me. But you know what? Remember, you guys. We were far removed from God at that time, but we're not far removed today. Don't beat yourself up, because see, that's what the devil wants. Because when we're beating ourselves up, we don't get into the solution. We've all been forgiven already. So whatever it is that you're going through, whatever your kids or whoever throw at you, find the grace in it and give it back to God. Because if He delivered us, will He not deliver them? Thank you.